Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Hey, welcome to the first ever video Cattle Prod Prodcast. This is our fifth, though, in the line of the total Prodcast universe, I guess, but first one video. And this might still be a thing in the future, might not be. We'll see how it goes. First order of business. I will be leaving at some point during this podcast. I have other scheduling arrangements, so if you see me disappear, that's the reason why. To get things out of the way, first off, as always, please go check out our Patreon if you can support. We'd really appreciate that. There's different tiers, different perks you can get. A lot of fun stuff. All of the money you give helps support our content, helps us make bigger and better things. So be sure to check that out and share it with your friends. Any money helps. Also, be sure to follow us on social media, Twitter @CattleProdTeam. We'll have a Facebook coming up here soon. All the links will be in the description. And with that...
What are you doing? Finger guns. I couldn't do that before in audio.
You're right.
Do you want to introduce ourselves?
Yeah. So I'm your host and MC, Ethan Berman, and I'm joined by...
I'm Evan Parks.
I'm Matt Grabowski.
And I'm Emily Shrode.
Sweet.
And now you can see our beautiful faces in HD quality?
Yeah, 4K.
Yay! Cool.
Well, YouTube's not 4K.
1080p at least.
All right,
Hopefully. Maybe.
so, Evan went first last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. And then I went.
Yeah, so I guess it's me up first.
Yeah, why don't you go first because you
Yeah,
have to
hit it
leave
up.
early. And we want to make sure you at least get to talk a
And
bit.
this is a topic that needs
This
a lot of
is-
discussion.
We've been talking about it all day, basically.
All right. So first up, my topic. What is the most formative album in your life?
For me, it was... I had the blues, but I shook them loose by Bombay Bicycle Club.
Well, you knew it right away.
Yeah, just like,
I was like,
straight up.
Everyone else said this is the most heavy question
Yeah.
possible. Music's such a subjective medium, and Emily's like, I don't mind.
Well, I mean, my second choice is Love Angel Music Baby by Gwen Stefani, but I've already talked about her, so
You have.
gotta move on.
Sure.
Gotta earn your indie cred, you know?
Gotta go underground. I don't know. What's yours, Ethan?
Doolittle by the Pixies.
Yeah.
Best, most formative album in terms of musical taste. And also, all the other music I listen to is only possible because of that album.
Okay, good. Because that's the same way. That's the same way I chose my album. It's my favorite album, and I didn't know it was originally we were supposed to pick one that was formative, but it's for me. Sorry if you guys don't agree with my musical taste. It's A Day to Remember's album Homesick.
Look at this homely Texas boy
And
who's
like-
secretly like emo pop punk.
He's wearing the
Trash.
khaki. Pop
Metal, pop. Listen, it's not pop punk though. It's more like
It is.
it's more like just like punk and metal, to be honest. I mean, you could argue pop punk, I guess.
When I think metal, I think Metallica.
Yeah.
I think...
There's different.
Avenged Sevenfold,
There's
maybe.
different like.
Megadeth.
There's branches
Yeah.
of metal. Like this is. It's
Well,
not. It's not on the heavy side of metal, but it is. It is
There
metal.
are a bunch of different types of metal.
I mean,
But-
technically the Offspring are metal, so let's be honest.
I know, really.
Oh, I don't like hearing Evan
A Day to
make
Remember-
that noise.
For the same reason, A Day to
That's what it
Remember.
sounds like.
They,
It does.
that Homesick album, first of all, every song in there is absolutely beautiful, flows beautifully. I love the cover art, and it's definitely like introduced me to a lot more of like that genre. It's like what
Well-
started me there.
We'll start defending these later.
Yeah.
I want to hear Evans.
Cake, Pressure Chief.
Yep.
Good
album.
Great album. Perfect. Not really perfect. Cake hasn't released a perfect album.
Nothing Cake's done is perfect. That's what makes it great.
It's like there's so many great songs, and I choose it. Cake is my favorite band,
Sure.
and it's a tough decision to choose which of the albums I love the most. But the one I listen to the most is Pressure Chief.
Anyone have any runner-ups? By the way.
Oh,
I already said Love Angel Music Baby
I got
by my queen.
about 20.
I think mine's Demon Days by the Gorillaz.
It is a great
Really?
album.
I think just in terms of experimental, in terms of mashing hip hop with like electronic, with Vocaloids, like everything about it's so experimental, but it's also mainstream. Like, I feel like between So Good Inc., everything on it. Like Fire came out of the Monkey's heads, just
I
like
know, it's so good. Like just like this story, and just
yeah,
like,
it's literally just storytelling with this really dank beat in the background. It's like the people came to the island of. Anyway.
You want to start off by defending yours, Shrode, or explaining why?
I'll
you
explain
like
because I don't need to
Yeah, I don't
defend
think- I don't
Bombay
think
Bicycle
defending,
Club. It's a perfect album. It starts with a interlude. It's just like pure, like every single instrument's just shredding on stage. It's an intense.
Whoa.
Oh, they're going hard. They're going hard, and I love how, personally, I love it when songs bleed into another song. So, and it's like the first interlude, Emergency Contraception Blues, it's just an interlude in and of itself, but it bleeds in so effortlessly into the first actual song, Lamplight. And then my favorite thing about it is that it ends with a more acoustic song, just like, because this whole album's like, you got this intense like alternative rock going on, and then at the end you have Giantess, which is just, you feel like they've just sat down and they've just got out an acoustic guitar and they just start singing about a giantess. And at the end they do this beautiful interlude on the acoustic guitar, and like a year ago I realized like it's the same interlude from Emergency Contraception Blues, and it just like, it ties in together just so perfectly.
I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
So, say the title of that first song.
Emergency Contraception Blues.
All right. It's an instrumental song, right?
Yes.
Cake released an instrumental song called Teenage Pregnancy on their latest album.
Good segue.
I know. It's just like, I just wanted to bring it up because just like they sound, just the whole concept sound the exact same. Not really, but
It's their latest album?
latest album is
Sure. Is this before their Facebook page turned to like a Trump bashing
I mean, they've
weird
always,
like propaganda page?
Showroom of Compassion is their latest album. And it's called Teenage Pregnancy. It's a great song. It starts out like this piano solo and it goes into like normal Cake music, but
You have them open right here. I love Cake's album covers. They're so
Cake's album
simplistic.
covers are so nice.
Yeah.
And like B-sides and rarities, they came out like 9 different colors, but they're all the same.
Pull up Doolittle's album cover.
Oh no, yeah.
So
Doolittle has a great album.
I really I'm gonna defend Doolittle here. So Doolittle, people always go, I don't know the Pixies, and then I'll start playing songs for them, and it's everyone knows Where Is My Mind because of Fight Club.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I think it's one of the worst Pixie songs, to be honest. Like, it's not a bad song. It's just not like, yeah, I think it's fine. It's just not really like stylistically there. But what makes Doolittle great? So the album cover is based off of one of the best songs on the album. It's like one of the first singles from it called This Monkey's Gone to Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the 6 and the 7, there's a monkey with a halo essentially, and the song's about environmentalism essentially, and the entire thing's about this, like, all these animals and people, well, first it's animals and it's people dying because we just like dump sludge in the ocean, the fish start dying, we start starving, everyone starts dying, and essentially like all of us go, and it uses like weird biblical numerology. It talks about like God versus Satan and like Satan corrupting man with like sin to like, it's like super deep. Like Frank Black always just goes super deep with lyrics, and like tonally all the songs in Doolittle are the same because all of it's dire, but in terms of the way each song sounds, it varies. Like the first 3 songs, right? You listen to Debaser, which is the super like punk pop, like I'm a Debaser. It's like super like that genre, right? Like, and then second song's Tame, and Tame you can literally listen to any Weezer or Nirvana song, and you're like, this is where it came from. Like Kurt Cobain like recorded Nevermind, and at the end of it he was like, oh no, I literally just copied the Pixies. He's like, he literally, there's a quote of him saying like, I realized, he was like in his car listening to Tame, and I was like, oh no, like everything I just wrote is based off of this, because they pioneered Quiet Loud, where it starts off like da 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 la, like Smells Like Teen Spirit. All of the good Nirvana songs are off of that format that the Pixies pioneered of like going.
Even Lamplight's like that.
Yeah. And then the third song, Wave Mutilation, is like just like perfect, like droning, and just Doolittle's great because it sums up all of their different creative abilities. It's so varied. There's like 1 minute long punk songs. They're like bah bah crackety joke, and then there's other songs that are like 7 minutes long of like just droning acoustic guitar. And there's like they had the drummer sing on a song. It's such a great sophomore album. Or it might be a third album, but it just the themes are about like biblical stuff because Frank Black was raised by like super devout like evangelical Christians, and like he's just obsessed with all the weird stuff the Bible has that no one talks about, like the numerology and the weird like how crazy Revelation is because it's like it's setting an end date on humanity, right? And how like that gives him anxiety. Just it talks about like losing love, gaining love, how like fickle the world is, and it just combines all of that into one album. And it all works. That's what I love about it. And every single one of the songs you can pick and go, oh, this created this alternative genre. This created grunge. This created this. This created that. Because it was done in the 80s, you know? Right. So pioneering. And that's why I think it's like one of my favorite albums.
That's a good one. So
you really got to.
I can sense it. It's like there's a bunch of you three are just the hyenas ready to tear my
Matt.
shit apart.
I have a question for you.
Up?
Is pop punk dead?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of pop punk. Like, I listen to a few different songs and bands that are pop punk, but is it dead? Meh. I mean, when does music die, right? It's just like...
When Buddy Holly died.
Really?
I mean, you know, there's still bands making it. If I find them... like I was telling you before the podcast, music to me is binary. Yep. Do I enjoy the song? Do I not enjoy it? I don't really hunt down... I don't hunt down... necessarily just by artist or by their albums mainly. Like when I hear so-and-so released a new album, it's not like, oh, fuck yeah, finally. I'm just like, okay, I'll listen to one of the songs and be like, I'm not sure if I like the tone of this album. I'll kind of give like a little bit of listen to each of them. I'll be honest, I judge it very, like, right off the first 10 seconds. And I'll go, like, first 5 seconds, and I'll jump into the middle of it, and if I don't like it, then I'm like, nah, whatever. I may hear it later, and I actually like it.
Imagine if you were born 5 years earlier, or you actually had to use CDs.
Oh, God.
And it was like, you like to listen to the music, you had to listen to the radio, or you had to go physically buy a CD
I'm
and put it in.
convinced if I was
or
alive...
a tape,
I'm convinced if I was alive during that time, I'd be a huge album guy. If I had to, like, buy it all, I'd listen to it all because like I try and get the most bang out of each of my bucks. I think I would like listen to that over and over. Actually, pull up the album Homesick. I love the cover album for Homesick. You said you liked yours because it was simplicity. This, every time I look at it, it looks so disturbing at first, and I couldn't look at it because I was like, what is this? So gross. Yeah, pick on that picture. And it's like the more I look at it, there's such detail and there's so many other things in it, and it gives like this idea. It's like, oh, it's so like grunge, angsty stuff. But the more you look at it, it's more just like, this is something I doodle in class. Like, it's nothing like, it looks so much more just like if you took all of my notes from high school.
Like that pentagram in the corner?
I can just hear the T next.
Yeah, no, it looks...
Now pull up Limp Bizkit's hot dog flavored water, no, chocolate starfish, hot dog flavored water. Chocolate starfish, yeah.
Whatever, I'm just typing stuff in. Okay.
You
guys are ruining my search history. Ruining my search history.
No, that I don't like. I did not like that at all.
Oh my god.
It's just the best album cover of all time.
But Homesick, everything about that album is so good. I love the cover art. I love even their softest song. Evan was listening to it. Did you actually, honestly, the acoustic one, If It Means a Lot to You. Did you actually enjoy it?
Every one
it's
of
the
those...
vocals that gets me.
Yeah,
I can't. No.
I love the.
I hate them. I hate the tone of voice the guy has.
Every one of those bands has that acoustic song.
Sure.
Like Five Finger Death Punch, Avenged Sevenfold. Like,
right.
You gotta listen to that, man. It's never.
They're not the pioneers of it by far, any means. I'm just saying. So each of their songs, I resonate. Their messages isn't just like, life is hard, just get through it, blah blah blah, like all that normal teen angst. It's like actual, like, whoa, this is like a really powerfully worded thing that like applies to all aspects of life. I don't know. I can't really define it without playing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it emotionally resonates with you. I respect that, but it's just I hear the music and I see the hair.
Sure.
I see the the.
I swear.
Visual component here.
I would not hate these as much if it wasn't for the scene and the culture around it.
That's totally fair.
And it's like you looking at it, it's like I can understand why you listen and go, yeah, it's fine. Like it's just like people like unironically listen to Linkin Park. It's like I get it. Linkin Park makes some good songs. I like Somewhere I Belong. I like Numb. I like the Jay-Z collaboration or whatever. But like. I look at the band, I look at Chester, and I look at the people who listen to them at their concerts, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, Matt.
What's up?
I've seen them in concert.
I've seen them in concert too. It was the most amazing thing. It was like one of the happiest nights of my life.
But now I have to defend myself because they were opening for Blink-182, and I was there to see Blink-182.
Oh man, I'll defend Blink.
Oh, I'll defend Blink too. Fuck it.
I don't understand.
Blink is pop punk.
Yeah, Blink is pop punk.
Blink
They
is
are.
pop.
Hands down.
So it's not dead.
No.
Yeah, no.
Blink is
As long as Blink 182 stays around.
Yeah, no, they're back. The Blink 182, Green Day, all those are pop punk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get to Cake.
Oh man, let's go to Cake.
All right.
I love Cake.
No, Cake, such a great
I
band.
wish we had Cake.
No, really.
That show's eating cake right now.
But I pulled up the album cover for Pressure Chief because
Right,
that's the album I chose, and it's just like I just love how like it looks like a printer press, you know,
Right.
like it's just like all these little imperfections going on. And it's all kind of like sideways, and here's like the back cover, and just like all these like nice little poppy colors. But the songs on here are all phenomenal. Take It All Away, the perfect breakup song. It just starts out with that like really heavy like bass line. It's like
Dude, they know how to make beats that are just so like infectious.
yeah, it's like you gotta listen to the rhythm section, you know. Yeah, and then into the movie, it's like completely unlike other Cake songs, but it's still such a good song. It's just like that, you know, like just strumming really fast on their acoustic guitar, and it's like the stop, and it's just like back into it, and it's just.
So
nice.
for anyone who's not aware, Cake's genre is defined as nerd rock. That's what it's called. But the thing
I
is,
can't define it on
their other albums get so experimental,
and
but
they get really country. They get really.
But the problem is they're like really like radio playing songs are nerd rock, where it's that like. It's their own aesthetic. It's that 90s like borderline Weezer-ish kind of like lyrically, where it's like, oh, I'm blah blah blah, and it's just weird like. But it's great.
But by far my favorite Cake song, well, at the moment, I can't say objectively it's the best song, because objectively the best song is Rock and Roll Lifestyle. But my favorite song is Palm of Your Hand.
Right.
And it's just such a great song, because it's just like, they present the image of like this house that's all falling apart. And they're like, hey, you can't say that you have control of everything, because look at this house. It was such a big house it used to be, and now it's just like, it's all destroyed. Here's the foundation cracking. You don't have control over everything, you know? And it's just like, it's such an impactful song, you know?
For
And it
sure.
just goes right into Tougher Than It Is. And it's just like, man, this gets me emotional, you know?
So is that of the album you chose?
This is the album I chose.
Okay, the song you just said, their favorite song, your favorite song by Cake is from this album.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your favorite song by the album you chose, and what you?
Oh man, pass. You go.
I think some of my favorite songs from I Had the Blues, but I Shook Them Loose were like the bonus tracks. I think my
I feel like
favorite
it's cheating,
song.
though.
It's not cheating.
Like-
It's called Open House. It's fun.
Open House.
It's a little like do 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 do.
So I was gonna say one, but I have to choose the other. It's Hey, and the reason why it's Hey is because it's the most infectious line on the album. Because the first time you hear it, it's like this is literally spoken word. Like it starts off with just a bass line, just boom, and then it's like Hey, been trying to meet. It's just spoken word, but like it's just a beautiful guitar comes in, the bass just starts going like this really great simple bass line. The drums come in, all of a sudden the electric guitar comes in, plays this beautiful solo. And I'm gonna say it's my favorite because when I played it to my roommate out loud, I listened to it so often. My roommate had to go out and learn the guitar part, and there was a part, he was like independently looked it up and was like it was stuck in my head all week. And I started playing the bass line, and we legit would just collab and just start like playing that song in our room because it was just so infectious. Anytime one of them was like, "Hey," we'd be like, "Been trying to meet ya." So that's my favorite song.
It's a good one. Either the last song of the album, If It Means a Lot to You, or the actual self-title of it, Homesick.
Right.
Both of them are good. I mean, If It Means a Lot to You, it's the classic acoustic song of the album. I get it. But it's the message, man. That's all it is. That's really that and the infectiousness of songs are just the two things. Like, if it checks those boxes, it's on my playlist. Simple as that.
Well, I actually had something to bring about this. Ethan, you mentioned something about last podcast. We like nailed each other like with stand-up comedians.
We nailed each other.
Oh yeah, basically. Not so much this time.
No.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I do present a cake loving person.
Sure. Yeah.
Matt, what the fuck?
Sorry.
No, for sure.
We've shared some songs.
No.
Playlist.
That was most interesting. So like, I do this thing where I like to learn about people by sharing Spotify playlists for each other. And I always thought mine was like interesting because I have this really eclectic taste in music where it's punk and it's pop and it's rap and hip hop, whatever.
I mean, I feel that.
And then all of a sudden I get Matt's and it's like pop punk and metal and like
There's some other things.
Because there were some other things, but I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I expected you to give me like hip like Drake or something. I expected you to be more mainstream, and then
I'm
instead,
totally uncultured in that genre.
No, Matt, you know what you remind me of? You know that
Shrode.
scene in Monsters University when
God.
Yes,
the
the
mom
Damn
is like, I'll just be in here listening to my tunes, and then just da 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 da.
I mean, I feel like I have like, I'm sorry, we're going really
Way
over this
over
topic,
time, yeah.
but it's like, it's such a good topic that it needs to be talked about.
Right.
I
Always
feel like,
one.
I don't know. There's so many great bands out there. I wish I could share all of them that I love.
for sure. Actually, that'll be an interesting one. In the description, each of us will make a playlist on Spotify and share it in the description.
I can do that.
Oh.
And then,
I can share this one.
and we'll post it so that way y'all can see what kind of music we're into. And in the comments below, if you guys are having any of your favorite albums, let us know.
Yeah, that's our question. Well,
How many songs each? We gotta keep like a reasonable number. 20?
Oh yeah,
20
20 under, yeah,
Okay, 20 under.
for sure.
Sorry.
I feel a little limited, but make it work.
Just 17 Jukebox to Go songs and then.
Jukebox, I can't fit in the Shins.
Oh
can't.
man, the shit. That's a good album.
Right?
Let's go to the next topic.
Hey, thanks for checking out the first part of this podcast. There'll be 3 more parts coming out in the upcoming days, as well as a full version that'll be coming out here on Friday. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and please check out our Patreon, linked in the description. Any money you donate helps support our channel, helps support our projects. Much we appreciate it. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at CattleProdTeam, and check out the next parts in the upcoming days. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.